Japan, a nation where tradition and innovation collide in a breathtaking dance. From neon-lit metropolises brimming with cutting-edge technology to serene. For over 2 centuries, from the 17th to the 19th century, Japan lived behind closed doors. Known as Sakoku, this era of isolation shaped the country's culture, economy, and society in profound ways, creating many of the treasures and traditions that define Japan today. How did this island nation transform from a secluded world into one of the most dynamic? The islands that form modern Japan have been inhabited for over 400 years. The first settlers, migrating from mainland Asia, brought skills in farming and metalwork. These early innovations laid the foundation for permanent settlements and eventually powerful kingdoms. By the 3rd century AD, a centralized power had emerged in southern Japan, rooted in the Yamato region and led by a monarch, the emperor. Early Japanese culture absorbed rich influences from the Asian mainland. Buddhism arrived from Korea in 552, and in 645 the Taika reforms overhauled Japan's political landscape to mirror China's imperial court system. Initially, Japan's imperial court moved with each new emperor, but in 794 Emperor Kanmu established a permanent capital at modern Kyoto, marking the start of the Heian period, a golden age of culture and refinement. Over time, political power drifted from the court. Local noble families amassed influence, and a feudal system arose, with regional lords or daimyo controlling vast lands. Warrior clans like the Taira and Minamoto, backed by samurai, became dominant players in Japan's turbulent political arena. In 1185, after a brutal struggle, the Minamoto clan emerged victorious. Their leader, Minamoto no Yoritomo, convinced the emperor to grant him the title of shogun in 1192, establishing a military government in Kamakura that would shape Japan for 700 years. Japan's warriors faced their greatest test in the 13th century, when the Mongol Empire set its sights on the archipelago. In 1274, Mongol invaders landed, but a powerful typhoon, a kamikaze or divine wind, destroyed their fleet. Another typhoon thwarted a second invasion in 1281, cementing the legend of the kamikaze. Despite these victories, the cost of defense strained the shogunate's finances, creating unrest among unpaid samurai. In 1333, Emperor Go-Daigo attempted to restore imperial power, but his triumph was short-lived. By 1338, a new shogunate led by Ashikaga Tako-Aoji was in control. Political fragmentation persisted, and regional daimyo wielded increasing power. Civil wars erupted, culminating in the Onin War of 1467, which shattered the old feudal system and plunged Japan into the chaotic Sengoku, or Warring States, period. Amid this turmoil, new forces shaped the battlefield. Ninjas engaged in espionage and assassinations, while Buddhist warrior monks fought for their temples. Then, in 1543, Portuguese traders introduced firearms and Christianity, transforming Japanese warfare and society. One ambitious daimyo, Oda Nobunaga, harnessed these new tools to conquer much of Japan. Though betrayed and killed in 1582, his vision was carried forward by Toyotomi Hideyoshi, a peasant-turned-samurai who unified the nation. However, his death in 1598 reignited conflict. The final battle came in 1600 at Sekigahara, where Tokugawa Ieyasu emerged victorious. He became shogun in 1603, establishing the Tokugawa shogunate and ushering in the Edo period, an era of peace, prosperity, and rigid social control that would last for over 250 years. The Tokugawa shogunate imposed strict isolationist policies. Christianity was banned and trade was limited to China, Korea, and the Dutch, who operated from a single port in Nagasaki. Japan's borders remained closed until 1853, when American warships under Commodore Matthew Perry forced the country to open. Faced with Western demands, Japan's leaders recognized the need for change. The Tokugawa shogunate fell in 1868, and Emperor Meiji reclaimed power, launching a sweeping modernization drive. Railways, telegraphs, and a modern military transformed Japan, setting it on a path to global prominence. This is the story of a nation that moved from seclusion to world-stage dominance, a transformation born of resilience, adaptation, and a unique cultural spirit. Join us as we continue to explore the captivating history of Japan, a journey of tradition, innovation, and boundless determination.